To make a girl miss you and think about you all the time, you have to give her something unique, something she can't get from other men. In this video, we'll tell you exactly what it is and teach you how to make women chase after you. Follow each of the 6 techniques we're going to talk about next, and girls will keep thinking of you non-stop. Not all of these techniques are obvious, so don't miss a single one. Technique number 1, don't chase her. Listen, buddy, here's the brutal truth. Women are naturally attracted to those who are distant from them. They will seek out those who avoid their attention and, on the contrary, ignore those who pursue them. The more you try to win her over, the faster she will lose interest in you. Stop telling her every detail of your day and don't always be available for meaningless conversations. Put the phone down and keep your distance. Remember, no one will miss you if you are constantly in touch and always reachable. Just distance yourself from her and you will unwittingly penetrate her thoughts. She'll start to wonder what you're doing, what you're up to, and the process of her imagination will be launched. She might even imagine you with other women, and signs of jealousy will start to build in her head. By not keeping in touch, you are showing your independence and making it clear that you are living a full life without her. Always remember, if you're there 24/7 and chasing her, she'll quickly lose interest in you. Don't fall into their traps, be smarter. The main reason why distancing works is because it looks like a rejection. When a man shows a woman that he can live his life without her, she begins to realize that she is only one of his options, not a necessity. Paradoxically, this type of rejection makes her want you even more. In the first days after you distant yourself, if the girl really cares about you, she will start to feel empty. Faced with this emptiness caused by your sudden disappearance, she will probably want to reach out to you, trying to understand what happened. She will even hint that you should come back. She will feel that time is dragging very slowly while she waits for your message that never comes. Her heart will be racing with anxiety, and her mind will be full of thoughts and fears about what might have happened. Sure, many girls may start calling or texting you out of simple curiosity rather than any genuine interest in you. Still, it's quite easy to tell when she's driven by nostalgia and when she's just trying to get to know what's going on. The one who really misses you will show it, while the curious one is just looking for information without showing any care or affection. Her nights will become longer and more anxious, filled with an emptiness that only your presence can fill. Every silhouette, every reflection in the window will make her heart sink in the hope of seeing you again. But the harsh reality of your absence remains unchanged. That's why the unspoken rejection is so magnetic. It stimulates the parts of our brain that are associated with motivation, reward, and addiction. Believe me, by staying away from her, you will make her miss both you and the time you spent together. Technique number 2, show her that you're living life to the fullest. Once a woman starts to miss you, she will follow what is happening in your life. Oftentimes, she may not make direct contact, but instead will watch you from afar. Through social media platforms, or even by showing up at the places you go. She may not send you messages or call you, but she will silently follow you, drawing her own conclusions. The first place she will look to find out what you are doing is your social media accounts. She will start analyzing every post you make, every photo you take, trying to understand what's going on in your life and what's on your mind. Every like and comment will be considered as possible clues that can confirm or deny her guesses. As soon as she sees that you're living an interesting and fulfilling life, she'll be more likely to want to be with you. But if she sees that you look depressed or that your life is a total routine, she will stay away from you. If she visits your page and sees that you don't update your content, she may decide that you have nothing interesting in your life. Yup, it sounds like a strange logic, but in today's world, people often believe that if you don't post something on social media, then it didn't happen. This is the downside of our time, but in order to be successful with women, you must use this technique. Posting your accomplishments and pleasant moments on social media is a great idea. The main thing is not to make it look like bragging or arrogance. Don't post anything negative or boring. Even if you don't have any big victories or fun experiences, just share something positive about yourself, showing that you're enjoying life and are making confident strides towards success. This will remind her that she is missing out on important events in your life that she could be a part of. Women love to be a part of a man's life because it makes them feel like they are really special. Technique number 3, don't fall for her tricks. Be careful, my friend. Having felt your absence, the girl may not remain inactive and start acting in a cunning way. She could start a series of checks. She would want to find out what you are doing, whether there are other girls in your life that you may find appealing, or whether you have simply lost interest in her. To do so, she can set traps in the form of seemingly innocent questions, or try to get closer to you once again by showing attention and care. However, this apparent calmness often hides a storm of emotions. She hesitates between the hope that your relationship will return to normal and the fear that her suspicions will be confirmed. Every gesture of yours will be thoroughly analyzed. Every word will be examined for loss of interest. At this stage, it is crucial to be extra careful. It is at this point that a man can fall under a woman's spell and ruin everything. The temptation to meet her requests is huge, especially when her eyes express pain from your distancing. But it is necessary to resist to preserve your own dignity and self-respect. If you decide to step away from her and not pursue her anymore, stick to that decision firmly and don't give in unless she proves that she is indeed worthy of your attention. Time is the best judge in such situations, and it's best to let it do its work by paying close attention to her actions. In fact, she may not even text or call you directly, but make indirect attempts to get your attention and drag you back into the game. This is an old trick from the book. Don't fall for it. Usually, she will try to use the same method we discussed with you a bit earlier. She will try to show that she is also having fun and living a busy life without you. The most common way to do this is through social media. She could upload a nice photo or write an ambiguous post hinting at you. Remember, she does it for you to see. You don't jump into this trap and don't like her photos, just ignore them. If you decide not to respond to her posts, she will wait for you to notice them and like them. The moment you leave a like to her photo, you'll show her your notice and acknowledge her existence. In other words, this will boost her self-esteem and make her feel like you need her. So just don't interact with her posts. She will see that there are no likes from you, and it will literally drive her crazy. Among other things, she could also become more active in interacting with your posts on social media, showing interest indirectly. Or she could try to provoke you into contact by leaving cryptic comments under your posts. Occasionally, she could even accept the challenge and start to compete with you, leaving hints but not taking the next step to direct contact. In such situations, the best solution is to stay true to your decision not to make any contact, since taking the initiative can complicate things even more. It takes self-control to allow things to develop naturally without being tempted to initiate contact that could be misinterpreted. After all, it is in this calm, quiet observation that her true feelings and intentions can be revealed. Technique number 4, make her jealous. Jealousy could prove to be a very effective tool if you wish to grab a woman's attention. You see, when a woman feels jealous, she makes more effort to keep you and your attention so that someone else doesn't take her place. But don't get me wrong, bro, you really don't have to date or talk to anyone else. Posting a pic of yourself with a group of friends with other girls in it will do the trick, especially if the girls in the photo are next to you. If you tag them in your post, your chosen one will definitely pay attention to that and start exploring their pages. She would want to figure out whether they are just your friends or whether they could be something more to you. The main idea is that she doesn't know the answer, and her imagination will always paint a picture of you spending time with other women. What may seem an innocent action like posting a pic with your company can make a girl wildly jealous. The point is that you show her that you have other options besides her. Technique number 5, leave some anchors in her mind. When you're talking or spending time with a girl, be cheerful and participate in activities that she likes. Find a way to add something unique to these moments and make them memorable with jokes or nicknames, for example. Then when you're not around, these things will be there to remind her of you, making her feel longing for your attention. This is called associative memory, and it's very effective at stimulating a woman's thoughts. It may sound ridiculous, but this particular technique is pretty effective. For instance, you can compare her to a character from her favorite TV show and make a joke about it. Once she becomes emotionally attached to this association, she will remember it for a good while. Each time she will encounter this character, she will inevitably think of you. Or you can come up with a peculiar nickname that will be meaningful to her, which is a guaranteed way to make sure she will miss you, because anytime she hears that name, she will automatically think of you. I don't recommend using a nickname that is too rare, as she will most likely never hear it again. It should be widespread enough to come across from time to time, and it should be significant to her. For example, you can create a nickname related to her favorite drink, movie, or even animal. Thus, you create associations with ordinary things meant to remind her of you. An equally effective technique lies in teaching her something new. Women love to learn new stuff from a man. First of all, because mentoring highlights leadership traits, whereas women by nature prefer to follow a confident and charismatic man. In men who are always ready and able to teach something, a woman sees confident, capable, and caring males. This is definitely an attractive quality that will increase your chances of getting a girl to miss you. Technique number 6. Don't show too much emotion. The moment you reconnect with a girl is equally important. Just when she finally gets in touch with you, don't show her that you are dying to hear from her or that you were devastated by loneliness. Don't be impatient, be reserved. Once she gets in touch with you, be careful not to show too much enthusiasm. Expressing too much concern is a serious factor that pushes a woman away because it indicates your dependence on her. Being too excited to hear from her tells that she was missed and you were waiting for her to reach out to you. In her mind's eye, she sees a picture of you sitting by the phone, waiting for a call or at least message. Even if it was not the case, that's what she's visualizing in her mind. Instead, keep yourself in check and use simple lines to communicate. Don't answer for too long. Be reserved and brief but polite. A simple "Hi, how are you?" is polite enough and yet discreet enough not to stand out. Most importantly, remember that each situation is unique and requires a careful and sensitive approach. To be honest, stopping trying to pursue a woman will not always make her reach out to you. You should keep in mind that there are many possible outcomes, and one of them is that this particular woman is simply not interested in you, and your absence will not affect her in any way. Don't create illusions that distancing is guaranteed to boost her interest in you. A girl will look for opportunities to get closer to you only if she has a sincere attraction to you. If she doesn't show you affection or care, then it's a clear sign that you shouldn't put any more effort into this one-sided relationship. Be aware that keeping your distance will not always be effective. Being persistent with a lady who gives you only glimpses of attention means recognizing that you're settling for far less than you deserve. Respect yourself to the point of recognizing that it's time to move on and find someone who truly values your presence. Don't allow a woman to play with your feelings, treat you badly, or like a second choice. You deserve to be treated with dignity and respect in any relationship. Always remember to pursue a relationship based on mutual appreciation. However, if you are at least somewhat interesting to a particular lady, then all of the mentioned techniques are quite simple and effective to use. Having an understanding of female psychology, you should be well aware that women are very emotional creatures. By following these basic steps, you can use this to your advantage. Thank you for your likes, and good luck.